Hello and welcome to another PlanetDestiny review. Today we'll be taking a look at Gellen's Demise. Gellen's Demise is the scout rifle available from the Iron Banner PvP event. In this review, we'll be covering the base stats as well as some popular perks that you can roll for it. This is a scout rifle built on extremes. It's in the class of scout rifles with the highest impact and range, but at the cost of being tied with the lowest stability, fire rate, and reload. Here are some good things to note about it. It does have the highest impact and almost the highest range among scout rifles, so regardless of where you use this gun, your targets will be hit hard from an extreme range. In PvE, the high impact will lead to tier 1 enemies taking about 408 body damage and 1222 headshot damage. This means about 1 to 2 headshots depending on the enemy type and 2 to 3 body shots depending on the enemy. For tier 2 enemies, 367 body damage and 550 headshot damage. So that means about 7 headshots or about 10 body shots to take out a tier 2 enemy. In PvP, the high impact will lead to 49 body shots and 73 headshots. This means it will take 3 headshots to take out a target, which is extremely similar to the damage most hand cannons put out. The body damage is also fairly high, so while it isn't recommended, you can get away with hitting a few body shots to take someone out. If you've used the Badger CCL, then this rifle will feel extremely similar to you. The only real difference is the higher base stability of the Badger CCL. The fun thing about Gellen's Demise though is that you can reforge it, so you have the vendor version of the Badger, which had a rather lackluster perk set. You can effectively get the same rifle, but with a perk set tailored to whatever you want. Now the base rifle you get from Lord Saladin had the roles of Outlaw and Firefly, with hammer-forged, armor-piercing rounds, and quickscope being the second tree options. This is an extremely strong perk set that plays well to the PvE side of the game. The Firefly perk will deal hefty damage due to the weapon's impact, and the Outlaw perk will resolve the issue with the slow reload. Armor-piercing rounds are the best choice for PvE as well, since you'll be able to hit multiple enemies with a single shot if they line up properly. For PvP, however, these perks are a little lackluster. I bought a second scout rifle and decided to roll it until I got something that suited my personal needs. What I ended up with was Zen Moment to fix the lower stability, Flared Magwell to completely max out the reload speed, and Third Eye since I always prefer to be aware of my surroundings when aiming down the scope. When reforging this weapon for yourself, do try to keep in mind the weapon's strengths and weaknesses. It is a scout rifle, so getting anything that increases the range really won't be that big of a help due to its already very high range. Addressing the low stability and reload are what you should be trying to shoot for perk-wise. However, because the rate of fire is so low, the low stability might not even be an issue for you. In addition, if you are a hunter, getting the Gunslinger's Trance perk will make the low stability much more manageable for you. Alright, we're quickly going to go through the perks here. This is the standard Gellen's Demise that you can buy from the vendor. Starting out, you have the red dot OES. This is the sight that you're going to want to use. It doesn't hurt the stability at all, and it's a good medium range scope. The focus lens FLA5 is really long range, and personally it hurts the stability too much to really use it. So again, red dot OES. And then we have the QUICKDRAW IS. It's a very agile sight, very quick handling on the weapon, but again, it does hurt the stability. Now this is a very open sight, so some people might actually like using this. Most of these sights are really up to personal preference, and you just have to take into account how it's going to affect your stats. The red dot sights are always a good one to go for because they're really well balanced for everything. Then we have the Outlaw perk. Precision kills with this weapon will dramatically increase the reload speed. I really like this perk for PvE. For PvP, you can't always reliably kill things with the headshot, so, you're not always going to get the benefit of being able to decrease your reload speed. Whereas in PvE, you're going to be hitting precision shots a lot, so Outlaw is really going to come in handy here. I really prefer it on this rifle for PvE. And then in this tree, Snapshot, Hammer Forge, and Arm Piercing Rounds. I'm just going to quickly go through these perks. Snapshot, kind of useless on this weapon. Hammer Forge, the range is already really good, so, you're just increasing something that it's not really worth it. Then we have Arm Piercing Rounds. These will cause the rounds to over-penetrate targets. It's not going to cause you to be able to shoot through walls, but it will be able to let you shoot through multiple enemies with one single shot. Coupling this with like Outlaw and Firefly, and you can get a pretty nice little chain of headshots going on the lower tier mobs. Then we have the Firefly perk. Precision kills with this weapon cause the target to explode. This becomes extremely useful in PvE, where there's a lot of grouped up enemies. You're not going to be able to kill things in PvP with this very much. It doesn't do a lot of damage there, and people aren't, tightly packed enough to really take advantage of it. Now, we're going to take a quick look at my Gelon's Demise that I rolled for. We have the red dot OAS. It's not the same as the OES on the other sight, but it's still a red dot sight. Really nice zoom on it, enhanced target acquisition, doesn't hurt the stability at all. I really like it. And then we have the range lens on this one, a very long range scope, and a quick draw one, a very short range scope. So personally, for my playstyle, I prefer the red dot OAS. Now, Zen Moment. I chose this perk here because the stability is rather low on this weapon, and I like to increase the stability as much as possible on weapons. Now, there's enough time between shots to actually kind of correct for it, but Zen Moment just makes this a little bit easier as far as correcting goes, and it's a really nice little first tier perk that you can roll for. Then in the second tree here, what I was really hoping for would be like perfect balance to increase the stability even more. But I decided to go with Flared Magwell instead, since it'll completely max out the reload speed. Once I saw that, I thought that'll be a really nice little thing to have on this weapon. It's not going to be as fast as Outlaw, but for PvP, I want consistent reload speeds. So sometimes I'm getting body shot kills, sometimes I'm getting precision. So, you know, Flared Magwell is just an all-around better one to use than some of the other perks out there, but only for PvP. Then we have the Third Eye perk. The radar will stay active when aiming down this weapon's sights. If you guys have seen any of my other reviews, you know I really like to have Third Eye active on all my weapons. So for PvP, this enables me to, you know, use Radiant Dance Machines or use Actiphage Symbiote, any other exotic instead of my Knucklehead radar. So once I saw I had Third Eye, this became a very quick PvP choice for me. In addition to the impact on this weapon, it's easy to transition from using a hand cannon to this scout rifle. So once I saw this little perk set, I knew this was the rifle that I was going to want to try to use. Gelon's Demise is an extremely powerful scout rifle in the correct hands. Its slow rate of fire makes every engagement in PvP a close fight unless you get the drop on your enemies. Fortunately though, its high impact leads to you being rewarded for landing those precision hits. You can easily feel comfortable spinning the glimmer and motes to get a customized hard-hitting weapon for your arsenal. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This has been Patrick Casey with PlanetDestiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.